Good afternoon, I'm Thalia Hayden. We'll get back to your regular programming in just a moment, but we want to bring you up to speed on the latest on the mountain fire, and we have a new evacuation warning to tell you about this noon hour. Authorities have issued an evacuation warning for Pine Cove residents. They tell us Pine Cove is just north of Idlewild on Highway 243. Residents there are being warned to be on standby and could be evacuated at any moment. The fire is continuing its march through the heavy forest areas near Idlewild. These are fresh aerial images fed into our newsroom within the last hour. As you can see, heavy smoke filling the air, debris, dust. That's why it's being scattered all around the valley. And we have an update on the information from the mountain fire. The U.S. Forest Service, almost 25,000 acres have been consumed. It's still just 15% contained. Some good news for residents in Apple Canyon and Bonita Vista. They have been allowed back into their homes. Also, Highway 74 is back open to traffic again. More than 3,000 firefighters are battling this intense blaze. 23 structures have been destroyed. Joining us now on the phone is Carol Underhill from the U.S. Forest Service. Good afternoon, Carol.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you for joining us. What exactly should people do during an evacuation warning?
Evacuation warning means be prepared for a possible mandatory evacuation order. So families should make sure that they have everything they need as far as personal paper, photographs, any heirlooms they want to take with them, take care of their pets, whether that means taking them with them wherever they evacuate or making sure they get to a shelter. Medicines, anything important that family needs to take with them, they should have packed in their car. They should have their car gassed up and, headed out back into their driveway so they can be ready to head out at a moment's notice.
Okay, so be ready to go. Are you anticipating any more evacuations?
At this point, we have just the Pine Cove area under that evacuation warning. I haven't heard of any other community right now.
Okay, and we know 3 firefighters have been injured in total. Are there any updates on injuries at this point?
No, and those 3 injuries were very minor. The firefighters didn't have to be hospitalized, and there was no lost time. They went right back out to fight the fire again.
Excellent to hear. Now, how about the wind? Has the direction of the wind changed? Is there any dust and debris still coming into the valley?
Right now, the winds are northeast winds, but what we're seeing this afternoon is the possibility of thunderstorms. And when a thunderstorm does develop, that means there could be erratic winds in any direction resulting from that thunderstorm. So we are very concerned about the forecast, and firefighters are planning for that possibility to occur.
Wow, scary stuff there. Now, many viewers have wondered, can you please explain to us what containment actually means? When we hear 15% containment, what does that mean?
That means that there is a line around 15% of the fire perimeter. So a line is a dirt line dug into the earth that the fire won't progress beyond. And a lot of the time they do have more line dug, but they're not certain that the fire won't cross it. So as soon as they have that line dug and they're relatively sure that the fire's not going to cross, that's when they call that part contained.
Would you say that that is a good place to be, or is that concerning that for the last day we've only been at 15%?
That's pretty normal for a fire of this size and being so active as it is. We'll see that containment figure start to go up as the days progress, but right now 15%. It's probably it's normal.
Okay. Do you at this point have any estimation on a time frame when you guys hope to get it contained or under control?
No estimation right now.
And for the residents in the valley, is there anything to be afraid of as far as the fire coming this way?
As far as what valley? Sorry?
Us in the Coachella Valley, like Palm Springs and everything.
No, Palm Springs is downhill from the fire, right? It's up on San Jacinto Mountain, and fires rarely move downhill. They'd really have to have a strong wind on them. The other thing that we're looking at between the fire and Palm Springs is, the vegetation. It is lighter vegetation on that side of the mountain. It's desert scrub, so there's no heavy fuel between Palm Springs and the fire. So residents of Palm Springs, I think the main thing they need to be concerned about right now is the smoke. and there were air quality alerts issued. So stay inside, keep the air conditioning on, especially if you have any sort of health problem.
Okay, Carol Underhill from the U.S. Forest Service, we can't thank you enough for helping us out here today.
No problem.
And a reminder for those of us here in the Coachella Valley, the smoky conditions we saw earlier this week have improved, but today's air quality index is still in that unhealthy range for sensitive groups. So if you have asthma or any respiratory concerns, health experts say do not spend too much time outdoors. And because of the unhealthy air quality from that smoke, the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway and San Jacinto State Park, they remain closed at this time. The Palm Springs Bureau of Tourism has announced that hotels in the city are offering discounted rates because of the mountain fire. Participating hotels include Posh Palm Springs, the Curve Palm Springs, the Riviera Palm Springs, and Hotel California. They want visitors to know they are safe and open for business. Now, the total cost of damages due to this fire is an estimated $6 million. And here's an example of people here in the valley helping each other stay informed on the fire. A Starbucks in Palm Desert posted an easel outside their store with a map and update showing the very latest information on the mountain fire. We spoke with one of the customers who says they appreciate the update.
I was coming from Ramona, from San Diego area. And the only thing I really noticed was coming into San Diego, it was very, very cloudy. I thought there was a dust storm, and I looked for the dust, but there was no wind.
That was a cool thing for Starbucks to do. KMIR-6 News is staying on top of the latest developments on the mountain fire. Our very own Angela Monroe is up on the fire lines right now. She'll bring us live updates on KMIR-6 News beginning at 5 p.m. And we are always updating our website as we get new information, also on KMIR6.com. You can now watch our newscast streaming live online. So if you can't get to a TV, log on to our website or on your smartphone to stay updated. Stay with KMIR-6 News and KMIR6.com for the very latest on the mountain fire as Firefight 2013 continues.